Welcome back, everyone.
Hey.
It's time to talk wine, everyone. Without further ado, let's just introduce Tavares Perry with Perry Vine. For those who don't know, local black-owned business. It is right here in our backyard, and what you're about to hear and see is really going to blow your mind, specifically if you love wine, if you love to learn about drinking wine. As you
I am Exhibit A.
Tavares, what's going on?
How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me.
Happy holidays.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, happy holidays, y'all.
Yes.
As well. Thank you.
This is the way to start the holidays, to say the least, right there. I mean, we're just looking at some of the stuff. You got ciders, you got wine as well. Before we get into mead and what that is, just talk about how you started, when you started, because it's a family affair.
Yeah, it is. A few years back, I used to have friends. They'd come over, and we're all crafty individuals, me and my close-knit group of friends, so we'd just be doing stuff. We'd have potlucks and stuff at the house. And so one day, I just decided I would make drinks for them. I thought it'd be a good way to, what's the word for it? A good social piece.
Yeah,
you know, a good conversation starter. And, you know, my friends were very merciful because my first few batches were terrible. You know, but they didn't discourage me at all.
Yeah.
And then after I, you know, got my footing, my wife was like, "This is an expensive hobby. What do you plan on doing with it?"
Right.
And I didn't have an answer for her. So a few days later, she had signed me up for a wine and beer festival without my knowledge. And
Was that the one at Fort Windsfield?
that was the one at
Get out of here. Okay, I was
So
there.
you were just
Shout out
like
to Jay.
thrown into it.
yeah, I was thrown into the sharks. She was like, "You're gonna do this," and I said, "Okay." And I got really great reviews. I had a line wrapping around the, you know,
Amazing.
the stadium, and it was
Wives
fantastic.
know best.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And your wife also makes the logos, right?
Yes, my wife is the graphic designer. She makes everything, you know. She keeps me organized. She's fantastic. I love her.
What year was that, by the way? Was that 2000? Was that before the pandemic or just after? I'm not sure if you remember. They all come together.
Yeah, it was before the pandemic,
Okay,
for
gotcha.
sure.
Okay.
And then, you know, of course, there was a bit of a hiatus, and then I got started again. But she was like, "You're spending too much money. You got to get a license." You know.
Good for you.
Well, let's talk about some of these. We've got ciders, which we know about. We've got
Yes.
wine, which we know about. But I learned about something recently called mead.
Yes.
What is that all about?
Well, actually, mead is one of the oldest wines. As a fun fact, back in ancient times, like Babylonian times, the kings and the families would give mead to the fathers to take some of the steam off how much money they were spending for weddings.
Wow.
And it helped them to forget.
Yes, exactly, absolutely. That makes sense.
And you know, you find mead in Greek mythology. You find mead in Norse mythology as well. So it's the oldest. It comes before grape wine.
It's sweeter, right? Too?
Yeah, and it's sweeter because you know, honey is generally a denser sugar.
You know a lot about this. Have you always had a love for learning about, you know, different types of alcohol? And
I'm actually not a big drinker, so what ended up happening was when my friends would bring the stuff by, the regular, you know, stuff you get out from the stores, I didn't like any of it.
Right.
Gotcha.
And so I said, I'll make stuff that I like.
it's very much chemistry and like a
Yes,
science
yes, it
experiment,
is.
finding what works.
We got to go really quickly. How can people find you
Yes.
guys? Where can they go to get some of this? I know you guys are just starting to do some events at your location as well. Where's that located?
121 West Niles Avenue. We're right in the front of the Emporium building, right across the street
that's
from Howard Park.
perfect.
Gotcha. Right in the center.
And your
Everybody
top
know.
seller right now?
They all sell pretty well. My honey mead does fantastic. A lot of people love the peach. And my newest flavor is a strawberry lemonade that's fantastic.
Before we go,
here.
two things. The afro is throwing today, brother. I just need to put that out there. And then two, we're going to talk about this. This is actually, your cousin is a producer here.
Yes,
And so
yes.
your cousin called dibs on this one. He doesn't
Yeah.
know I'm actually getting this one to take it home. He's watching
a
this.
fight.
Sorry, cuz. Sorry.
He's watching us in the studio. Look, everything you and your wife are doing, thank you so much. We really
Yes.
appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you for having me. I
Especially
really
this time
appreciate
of
it.
year. Yeah, happy holidays to you and yours.
Merry
We're taking all this
Christmas.
home.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Hopefully.
Pop them open. Not yet. Not yet.
Pop the corks.